We're here at the Reichstag building in Berlin, Germany. The Reichstag building is the parliament building of Germany. And the building is this really imposing, massive piece of architecture sitting right on the river, which you can see there through the windows. And Norman Foster, the architect, designed for the building this glass and steel dome, which he then built on top of the building, which is what we're now standing on the top of, the very top of. And you can see here the oculus of the dome, which is actually open air. If it rains, the water falls into that metal cone ahead of you, and the rainwater is collected and then diverted so it doesn't actually fall into the building. It's a beautiful piece of architecture, and it's also hard to get into the dome. I think they only let maybe a couple thousand people in per day. You have to register in advance, do all this other stuff. So I thought I'd share a quick video of the view from inside the dome so you guys can all get a sense of what it looks like, and it's almost as if you were here. So just to get your bearings, we're actually at the top of the dome. We're now looking down into the dome itself. And you can see, kind of like the Guggenheim, they've got this really elegant, clean spiral staircase that winds its way along the edge of the dome up to where we are now, which is the viewing platform. And why don't we go for a walk? We're actually going to wind our way down. There's actually a ramp up and a ramp down. And we're going to just go for maybe a loop or so you get a sense of what it's like up here on top of Berlin. This is probably one of the best viewing platforms or observatories of the city. This and the TV tower are probably the two most iconic observatories in the city. And here we go. So the really cool thing here is this central stem. So the stem here is actually a collection of mirrors, which you'll see in a second, and it actually reflects light from the dome down directly into the bottom, which is the Chamber of Parliament. You can't see it right now. I'm going to zoom in. Unfortunately, the lights are off in the room, and the reflections from the sun are getting in the way, but below that glass are chairs of where all the members of Parliament sit. Oh, there's actually someone in there right now. I don't know if you can actually tell. And the really cool thing as well is that they have a sunshade, because as you can imagine, it's actually quite hot here right now, but it also gets very bright. And so there is a sunshade that rotates depending on the time of day and blocks the sun and actually helps them save energy on air conditioning and all that. So a really green design for a modern day parliament. But we'll keep going so you can actually get a sense of what this stem looks like. It's really cool. There's the window shade, and it rotates slowly. Here's the view again into the Bundestag. Oh, you can see people now. Here, we're going to zoom in. Don't know if you can see them, but there are a whole bunch of people sitting in the visitor chambers. And this is where all the German Bundestag sits. The windows are designed specifically to symbolize the transparency of government, which is pretty cool. So at any point in time, the public can look into what is going on in the Bundestag, and hence we have government transparency, literally. And here's the window shade. I'm gonna walk just a little bit more and you get a better sense of both the mirror stem and the view, and then we'll call it a day. So this is the back of the window shade. Here's that massive lawn that extends in front of the Reichstag. That white dome, that white arc roof straight ahead is the former home of, I believe, Parliament, before they moved here. And here's one better look at all of the mirrors that surround the stem and redirect the light straight down into probably the coolest skylight I've ever seen before. So there you have it. The dome at the top of the German Bundestag. Oh, rather the Bundestag Reichstag. Hope you enjoyed.